Hello, hello! Welcome back to the Road to Le Mans 2025. Round 4 it is. One more round to go after this, the final one at Le Mans. So today is the Nürburgring Grand Prix layout. 19 minutes of multi-class racing awaits us in Germany. Lovely settings today. No rain expected on the radar. Bit sad to see a small grid today. By the looks, 3 hypercars, 4 LM GT3s just for this one. We still race, still do the coverage, and hope we get some cracking racing once again in small little series this year. Yeah, we had a little bit of a shake-up in the championship standings after last round at Monza, where two racers with a commanding lead had a disconnect. So the championship lead went down that gap. Oh, it's still, I think, anyone's game. Two racer Equinox and Rivers to take that one. In the LM GT3s, it's Devo, Mr. Consistent, with all the races so far. He's the hot favorite for the championship overall. Alright, so let's create our drivers and then we will be starting qualifying session very soon. So 10 minutes. All cars are on track. As always, hypercars have to find their way past the LM GT3s. Always the drivers know the game pretty sure. All right, and with that being said, I'm gonna start the qualifying session now any second. Get this 10-minute session underway. Let's go. Bring up overlays, shall we? And now I'm good to go. Let's go, 10 minutes. And the hypercars should get usually ahead during that out lap to get a clean run. So let's have a look at those Rivers, Blue Racer and Equinox. 1, 2, 3. 3 hypercars. Yeah, Ishmael today in an Audi R8. Running the Husky in his Nissan GTR. We have Weber in the Lexus RCF. And the Devo in that Ferrari 458 Italia GT3. So and everyone is using the Racing Soft tires for the qualifying session, of course. During the race, this might be a different case then. Racing Softs and mediums are available for the tires. No mandatory tires are given, so drivers can choose what they want to go for during the race with their strategies for 19 minutes, as always. So, and final preparations then for the first flying lap. And then we go on board with Nürburgring. Coming around the final turn. Now in the Toyota GR010 Hypercar into turn number 1. Start of the car on the side, brake. Uphill we go again into the AMG arena. Slow left, right chicane, exit. Let's go downhill. Left into the following right. And down to the lowest point of the track, the Goodyear hairpin. First gear for rotation, second gear on exit. And then uphill once again. Michael Schumacher S. Entering the final sector soon. Heading into Warsteiner. Now coming out of it before the pedal zone is the end of this sector, and now just one more sector to go. Through that little kink we go. 100-meter braking. Oh, the NGK chicane was a bit too deep for the German driver. Not the best run through the chicane and into the final turn, and then we'll have our first reference lap time. That won't be pole position, pretty sure. 43.2 for Blue and like 43.1 for Equinox. We saw that River didn't get that chicane right. So what about the LMGT3 lap times? Under 2 minutes, definitely. Maybe 57s, 58s, who knows? 59 so far. Husky 57 incoming. 57.9 versus Israel. 56, 57, 57.9 as well. And the Devo with a 57.9. Look at that, 3 drivers with a 57.9. Ishmael, Husky, and Devo Weber with that 59.2. Still a couple of laps and left in this qualifying session. And Equinox going faster. Blue Racer and River on their second flat lap. Oh, the exit out of the chicane wasn't good, so Blue slowing down. Let's wait for River's lap time. It's an improvement, 40.5. What about Equinox? 42.992, improving that time a little bit. Penalty for Ishmael. Husky is close to his personal best, I think. Weber will be the next driver to set a lap time. Oh, he's driving into the pits, but wants to get some fresh rubber. Interesting approach. Husky doing the same. Alright, Ishmael staying out. Very, very interesting. Devo stays out. Can he grab the GT3 pole? 57.4, yeah, half a second clear now. Equinox with an outlap. New tires. The racer with that slow down, or more slow down. Oh, track limit penalty. That's aboard. second, so River is on an outlap. A little bit of traffic now. Today we're staying out, doing another lap, opting for low fuel. And Husky and Webern, they went for rash soft tires, so they're playing the gamble game. I think they will have enough time to do another lap. So yeah, 2.5 minutes to go. That should be fine, so no one's on a really fast lap at the moment. That's a penalty, of which I won't allow him to set a faster lap time. But he stayed out on the softs. And Devo decides maybe he can get around one more time, get a final attempt with fresh soft tires. The Hypercar's current pole setter Equinox on that next flying lap. Wait for the sector time to appear. Oh, it's purple. Not by much. Still a little improvement. A smooth run through the hairpin. Still stays purple. Little lift on the entry. Carries the speed. Let's wait for the next time. Yeah. Still up, still up. Important corner, probably in that chicane. Good entry, yeah, exit, okay. It didn't look like a massive mistake, so could be looking at an improvement. 42.7, 2/10, nice. Final sector. So half a second to fine for Blue Racer on his lap. Will we see improvement? Person that's also River up to a 43 now. Blue Racer 2.5 pen up. Not looking at pole position for now. Oh, that chicane looks very tricky in those cars. That's the end of the qualifying set, so final lap and improvement. No improvement for Bull, so he stays in between, didn't improve on that lap time. River got that final lap. Ishmael finished with a 57.0, whoa, 3/10. That gap to Devo, Husky and Weber, and they finished the qualifying session, so we have Devo running for the Allen GT3s, and we have River running, I think. Equinox is also running, but don't think that he's in danger of losing that. No, he's down. We wait for River's sector time. Also down on his lap, so we go with Devo. Just made it. Perfect timing. So can he improve? Oh, he's 6 tenths down. No, it doesn't look like. So it looks like Ishmael with the LMGT3 pole and Equinox with the Hypercar or pole lap time. Racer P2, River is P3. Last one running is Devo. stays in P2 in the LMGT3, Husky third, and Webern in P4 in class. Alright. So let's bring up qualifying results. On this Equinox pole position, Blue Racer 2 and Nürburgring P3. Then for the LMGT3 we have Ishmael, Davo, Husky, and Webern. Right. Two minutes. Then we'll start the race. So yeah, sunny conditions, 90 minutes. Racing softs and racing mediums available for the drivers. One of them is mandatory to use. Should see at least only one pit stop due to the fuel for the LMGT3 status. Let's see if the Hypercars can stretch that fuel again. I was surprised to see them running like very close to 90 minutes on one full tank of fuel. This might get interesting. I also heard that maybe the softs are dying too fast and have to do multiple stops here as well, but they're definitely faster than the medium, so we could see some different strategies today. Right. Then let's go. Everyone ready? I'm ready. Let's go. 90 minutes of the Nürburgring round 4 road to Le Mans series. Here we go, rolling start. Let's run. Let's have a look at the tires. Mediums for Equinox, mediums for Blue Racer, mediums for River. Medium, 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 medium. So everyone opting to go for medium tires, at least to start that race with. And then let's see how this evolves. Here we go. We are green. And we should be seeing no position changes heading into turn number 1. So the 3 Hypercars, a little gap already. Oh, Davo versus Ishmael, an early move into turn number 1. So it's still that Ferrari with some good acceleration takes the lead for now. Ishmael in P2, Husky in 3rd, and Webern in 4th, coming out of the AMG arena. Being sorted for now. Equinox touches the gravel already, pushing too hard. Gives Blue Racer the chance to stay in touch early on. Little gap to River, already a second. Kept it easy, maybe too easy. 1.1 touched the gravel again on the outside of the exit of the Goodyear hairpin. Well, on GT3's running through the Michael Schumacher's. Still Davo leading. Ishmael and Husky right behind the Ferrari driver. And good run for the Audi. Will this be a challenge into the chicane. It looks like Ferrari got some legs. 2/10, that should be enough of a gap to stay in the class lead for now. So it is Weber with a little gap after the first lap. 1.8 currently, and good final turn for Devo. Top 2 in the Hypercars, building a gap. 2.3 seconds already. Blue Racer now applying the pressure on Equinox. We're going on board. See the chase, the hunt. Oh, a little wiggle, losing some momentum. Still less than a second. This is crucial for Blue Racer to keep that gap roughly around the 1 second mark. And probably that second also is tricky for the Schumacher S. The dirty air definitely will make it difficult for the drivers to stay close. Then another wiggle, rear stepping out and keeping that 1 second gap. River in third. 3 seconds for now. Maybe going for a fuel saving strategy. Devo also second now, so should be safe again for the run into the chicane. Husky close for now. Husky with a good run. No, he loses it coming out of the chicane. What a moment! It looked like he had control. And then probably too early on the power, and then whoa, that rear sent him round onto the grass. And that's now another compact drive needed for Husky. 8 seconds now. The gap to Webern. Webern with 5 seconds to Ishmael. Ishmael is second to Devo. And in the Hypercars, it's River. Nearly 4 seconds, that gap to the top 2 runners, Blue Racer and Equinox. Equinox building up that gap. Was briefly over a second now. Not the best run out of Warsteiner, and Blue Racer brings that gap down to 8/10. Maybe even more into the braking zone for the chicane. Yeah, good exit, the 7/10. It's close now. We'll get some more. A toe down the start to finish straight. 6/10. 5, but won't be enough to make a move. Those cars, the rear stepping out. If you're too eager on the throttle, even in third gear, it's snappy. It's a little bit too. Opening up that gap to River, and then Equinox went deep into the hairpin. Oh, it keeps that position just for now. Big lift needed now for Blue Racer into the Michael Schumacher, and touches the gravel. I think that was okay. It's not a track limit infringement, that's the word. Whoa, both are going off. what a moment! Oh, with a massive moment. Opportunity, of course, for Nürburgring to get closer. Oh, let's watch this once again. Both drivers with a moment Barsteiner, so they understeered onto the gravel and lost speed and momentum. No spin though. And oh, we missed an overtake. Blue Racer probably with a better exit out of the chicane. So let's see if we can catch that sequence on the replay. Wait for turn number 1. Still very twitchy, the rear end. Can we go to the replay camera now? I think so. Well, let's try and see what happened. Yeah. Committed run for Blue Racer out of chicane. And made a lovely move into the final chicane. So half a second between P1, P2 and Nürburgring is just 2.5 now. The gaps cut it close. With that mistake. And in the LM GT3s, we still have Devo and Ishmael. Not separated by much. Devo staying in that lead position for these GT3 cars. Cannot take it too easy. We had a moment probably for Weber. 11 seconds now on the gap for the Finnish driver, and Husky after that spin. 5 seconds. He's gaining on Weber though. Equinox with a little mistake once again. Gap to Blue, now 1.1 and River just 2 seconds behind. So it looks like after the overtake finally with some clear track and clean air, Blue Racer can go the pace and opening up a gap to Equinox in second. Nürburgring staying there, hanging there. Seconds. When will we see the first overtakes? Ishmael showing his nose, just showing his nose into the final turn. Devo has to respect, has to give a little bit of a gap, maybe compromise run. No, keeps the power down. We see the LM GT3s, they can paper out the final turn and final sector for the Hypercar now, so it shouldn't take them that long to catch the GT3 cars, and we see the first blue flags. This could be tricky again, so now gaps are opening up between the Hypercars and Weber now down to P7. That's why he's the first car to face the Hypercar traffic. He stays on the inside, getting out of the way for Blue Racer. Equinox also coming through. Next trouble will be River then. We jump to the GT3 battle between Devo and Ishmael. Still nose to tail, those two. And they still got a couple of seconds before the Hypercars will come closer. So now they can focus on their race. The next lap could see this scenario. This is the tricky part if you're fighting like for position and suddenly you have the faster class and approaching. Not easy. You see Husky now facing the blue flags. You see it's Blue Racer. And Equinox. Blue Racer not close enough though to catch Husky down the main straight. Probably don't want to face the GT3 traffic in the slow AMG arena section. This is just now where they will clash. Again, racing rules is the GT3 stay on the racing line, they stay predictable, and the hypercars, they need to find a safe way past the drivers. So I know it's easier said than done, but just stay predictable, don't suddenly change the racing line. When will the glass leaders face the hypercar traffic? Should be fine for this lap, I reckon, and yeah, maybe end of the next lap, you could see that. So 2 seconds now between P1 and P2, another 5 seconds, then 2 River in third. And let's stay with this one. Oh, we see the blue hypercar in the distance on that start and finish straight. Flags not being waved at the moment. It should take that much longer. Both very wide on the exit. Let's get Blue Racer's perspective. He sees the 2 cars in front. Maybe run into the Goodyear hairpin. Ideally, he would get ahead of them before the Michael Schumacher is. This could be probably okay. Acceleration should be advantage for the hypercar. Oh, the spicy, oh yes, to slot in between the 2 cars. So advantage for the chasing Equinox. Close that gap to 1.2 seconds, so a crucial moment inside line. This was close. The gap still stayed roughly the same, also between Devo and whoa, Ishmael with a massive jump. And we see the next blue flags. The next hypercar is approaching. You see the massive speed difference. And difficult situation. So hypercar slots in between 2 the LMGT3s around the outside, and yeah, that worked quite okay. Now this could be opportunity for Ishmael. It's close, but still not close enough. Let's have a look at the other two LMGT3s Husky after that spin, trying to recover. 59s and maybe 25 seconds already. That gap, that might be a long race for the Finnish driver in the Lexus today. Big gaps. And for a brief moment, we had like P1, P2 just separated by 1.2 seconds. Now that gap went up to 3 seconds again. Another 6.5 seconds to River in third. So this is still the closest battle, and yeah, for the first 17-18 minutes of racing, those two cars driving within roughly half a second, lap by lap by a lap. Let's compare a little bit the fuel and tire consumption. Tire wear, probably that's the term. Let's see, fuel Devo 77 maybe. Ishmael 85, so fuel advantage for Ishmael for the moment. Sitting behind Devo can save some fuel. Also a tire wear the front left. Tiny bit more wear on that Ferrari. So thinking about the long game, a slight advantage for Ishmael at this stage with the fuel and the tires. And keeping Devo honest. It's true, let's also compare fuel and tires for our hypercars. Blue Racer, that is so 85% liters remaining. Equinox saved a little bit more, not much. And let's look at the tires. Yeah, that's the same for both drivers. So River Ruckus also around about the same fuel usage currently at the tires. It just doesn't have the pace at the moment to stay with the top two. Speculate on possible strategies. So 20 minutes in, it's 75% remaining. So you can go roughly probably an hour with the fuel. So it's a 90-minute race. Tires, what's that? 20%-ish. So yeah, probably expect to see a one stop for the drivers roughly at the 45-minute mark would be the safe strategy to go. Don't think going more soft tires you will make up that time loss. And for Husky and Weber, it's a bit of a lonely race at the moment. Everyone seems to be on same strategy, and the gap between P1 and P2 Racer Equinox down to a second again. Blue Racer struggled a little bit on the previous 2 laps with the pace. And an aggressive run. The Power Chicane, it's maybe a little bit of a do or die approach, so risk it and you are flying and gaining so much if you're unlucky. And we saw that in the qualifying session as well, that rear stepping out, you lose like easily like 1.5 seconds. Again, that rear, and once again stuck behind. GT3 driving through the AMG arena costs Blue Racer a little bit of time, and Weber yeets himself out of the way. He doesn't want to get involved into that battle for the lead, pretty sure. So once again, 1.2, 1.1, yeah, something like that, between the top 2. A great run out of the hairpin for Equinox. Can he keep that pace uphill? Had to lift a little bit, so better run for Blue Racer this time. Keeps that gap roughly at the same. 1.1. Better exit for Equinox, slow out of caution up, run up towards the chicane. It's less than 9/10. Then we see the chicane usually better for Blue Racer, struggling again. So Equinox will get a great tow down the straight. 6/10. Still have Navo leading the 53s and Ishmael in P2. We jump back to the lead battle for Hypercars, and overall missed the gear bit slightly, but why that gap went up a little bit, and again struggling on the exit for Blue Racer, instantly losing a 10th, even more. Ooh, that was too late for Equinox, nearly went off track. This could be a compromised run. It's okay still. And I spotted a GT3 just around the corner again. Massive moment for Blue coming out of the chicane. I think at the end of the straight they will catch that GT3 car. again, AMG Arena, not the place where you want to face traffic. Crucial moment for the race, I reckon. Both get a clean pass. And the gap stays roughly at fixed extent. Gap to River Rockers, it's nearly 12 seconds, 48 last time round. Probably was a small little off track, and we see a close gap again between, and now there's a big advantage, the fuel for Ishmael. Devo struggled on the exit of chicane, covers the inside line. I don't think Ishmael actually wants to get in front of Devo for now. I think he is happy to stay behind, saving tires, saving fuel, and then during the pit stop, that could be a second, maybe up to 2 seconds. That Ishmael will gain because of a shorter pit stop time, less fuel needed. Nearly a half an hour in this race, so quick recap. Blue Race Bell in the lead. Equinox within a second in P2. And then River struggling again. I feel like there was again his issues with his wheel at the moment, so suddenly lost so much time. Buttons and shifter pedals are not responding. It needs to reset the wheel, and that will be probably 7 seconds. Looked like that. Whoa, Devo! That was another moment, and good save. This now puts Ishmael into the lead position for the LGPs. Let's watch it again. Again, just a snap coming out of that chicane. And boom. Now it's roads reversed. Maybe it was a tactical mistake. Now to sit behind Ishmael and save some fuel. Oh, and we see the leaders once again facing the GT3 traffic. Just coming out of the AMG Arena, 1.6 seconds. Now the gap could be the crucial mode once again. For Blue Racer, he's got one car in between him, now two. So that will be tough for Equinox now. I might get both of the GT3s down towards the hairpin. Let's see, yeah, okay. Stayed within 1.5, 1.6 seconds maybe. It's 1.7 for now. Ishmael with a little gap, now nearly a second. Coming out of the Michael Schumacher gets a good run. Don't think this was the initial plan. If you get the opportunity, and now he's putting the hammer down, 1.3, might build a gap. Now There's a gap on track, plus that fuel advantage. Tire wear for the Husky, yeah, approaching the 50% mark. So I'm still convinced we see a one-stop for all drivers. Just look okay for Weber in the RC. No, the gap's just too big. 40 seconds already. Also tire wear for the hypercars, getting closer to that 50%. Quite a poor run for Blue Racer. Uphill. And then Equinox pushing too hard. Going slightly off track. And that gap again where we left before. 1.2. It's like the up and down shifts are working again. For 23 seconds. Gap needs some kind of miracle to gain a position in this race. Approaching the lead battle. Oh, the other GT3 stay behind for now. Can he get a run on them? Staying behind. Inside was past Devo and has to be patient. Out of the AMG arena and pass completed. Lost time, but didn't interfere with that battle. So half a second between Ishmael and Devo. Interestingly, the Audi with better front tires compared to the Ferrari. Rear tires roughly looking the same. Jump back to the lead. Racer 2 seconds again. That cap, another blue flag situation. Gets the move done before the braking zone. Equinox will get Weber on before the hairpin. Pretty sure, yeah. The draw, but 2.7 now. That gap, we're getting closer to the to my predicted pit stop window. I think it's the first Travis could hit within the next 2-3 laps, and then probably up to 5 laps from now when we see the entire field performing their pit stops. New medium tires, probably the way to go. Ooh, a big moment for Equinox. Penalty and a massive off track. Can we see what happened? That didn't go to plan at all. Too late on the brakes, then compromised line into the chicane. Nearly spins the car and gets a penalty on top. This could have been the moment in the hypercars, and good news for Blue Racer, no immediate pressure anymore. Nearly 8 seconds the gap, and Equinox still has to serve a penalty at half a second, so it will go at least up to 8 seconds. Don't see any more mistakes. Oh, we missed that one. Devo got past Ishmael again, but it's not really important. I think for Ishmael, he was hoping maybe to run away with it after that mistake. However, he still has the advantage when we see the pit stops. That fuel is definitely worth 2 seconds less standing time at the pits. And this might be still crucial then to sneak out of that slipstream range after the pit stop. So far, a great close battle between Devo and Ishmael for the LMGT3 class win today. So, nearly 40 minutes in. It's getting closer to that halfway mark. Whoa! Again, and that's a real moment for Israel this time. So ignore everything I said just a couple of seconds ago. That's no one is safe by the looks. That's if you're not too aggressive or get a funky angle out of that chicane, you can lose your car. So easy. Whoa! Also, Blue Racer, what a moment again. Fishtailing left, right, left. What a catch again. Oh, the tire wear is definitely kicking in now, but it's still probably 1, maybe 2 laps too early to go for the pit stop and fresh tires. So now everyone at risk of spinning the car, losing the car. That second gap between Devo and Ishmael comes down to 3:10. Ignore whatever, you cannot predict it. It is still that close between the two drivers, getting closer to their pit stop now. The massive run for Ishmael. He's going for the move. No, backed out of it once again. gets a better run out. Okay, now they go side by side into the final turn, giving each other room side by side, and Ishmael with the move currently, but better run for Devo on the exit of turn number 1. More speed onto the main straight, covering the inside line now. Keeps that P4 and the last lead at the moment. The gaps are getting bigger and bigger. To Husky and Weber, 43 seconds now. And Travis are struggling. Now looks as well with the chicane, with the tire wear. You're nearly at a halfway mark, you guys, so you will probably be happy to get some fresh tires and enjoy the grip once again. It looks spectacular having like 4-wheel drifts and the rears stepping out. Yeah, good amount of car control needed. Definitely again Ishmael showing those slight contact on the rear. And we continue, nothing happened. But now, when we see outside line for Devo just works to carry the momentum. And staying. And Ishmael with the undercut now. Was close, 7/10, 54 moment, and Devo is 48, so 6 leaders currently. The difference, the racers staying out, Equinox staying out for at least this lap. Is the gamble for River also staying out, so it looks like the hypercars, they don't need to put in any fuel, so they just need to change the tires. And now we see new mediums for Ishmael and just a little bit of fuel needed, well, did he refuel? I think he was just fine. Maybe that's a crucial moment for the GT3s for that lead. Devo has to cover the undercut now. He stays out for one more lap. He will be losing too much time, pretty sure. And here also comes Blue Racer, so it could be like a crucial moment. That went well. But they will now. Let's wait, so into the pits we go. Where is Ishmael on the out lap? 46 for Devo. Bit of fuel needed, definitely, for Devo. Still waiting. Ishmael on the start and finish straight now, and this looks to be like a massive moment. The undercut. Where's Ishmael? Where's Devo? Devo on the pit exit. 8, 9, 10. Yeah, Devo put in a little bit of fuel, so not as much as I was thinking. So now they were a little bit, yes, to be aware of cold tires, take probably half a lap to be fully up to temperatures. So also advantage for Ishmael now, 1 lap already done on those mediums. They should have the optimal grip now. Then has a second. .1, 1.2. Evo's tires should be now fully operational. It's 1.3 though. That gap shouldn't go any higher, and it's 1.5, 1.6, a moment, a crucial 1.7, 1.8. Oh, 2 seconds silly. That was again maybe the decisive moment for the GT3s. You never know what will happen. The chicane, the hypercar traffic, and it's 1.7, 1.8 now, so Devo doesn't have the slipstream range and the benefits of the tow. It's 1.7, 1.6, so got a good run. 1.7, 1.6 roughly, heading into turn number 1. We need to have a brilliant lap to bring that gap down to the 1.5 second range. But now it's going the other way, the other direction. 2 seconds again. It's also Ishmael realizes he's out of that slipstream range. So maybe 2, 3 push laps to be safe, and just drive it home. Devo is still there, not letting Ishmael drive away with it just like that. 2-3 tenths needed over the next 2 laps, and boom, we're back at it. Nürburgring again with a extra long first stint on nearly dead tires. Equinox pitted on fresh mediums. River also is running on the fresh mediums. Is Blue Racer risking it to go medium soft? Probably doesn't have to yet, like 8-9 seconds after that mistake from Equinox a couple of laps ago. So you could just play it safe and go medium. But if he gets those tires to the 1 hour mark, then a 30-minute stint on softs could be possible. You never know, the racer sometimes has those funky strategies. They stayed out again. That's interesting to see. 2 seconds now between Ishmael and Devo. Ishmael pushing personal best 58.4. 58.8 for Devo, but lost maybe a tiny little bit over the laps so far. Another blue-black situation. Ishmael flying now. 2.2 roughly. Oh, there was a moment, chicane, that should cost him some time. Yeah, look at that. Half a second gone, just like that, and he was back in business. 1.3, gets a little bit of a toe down the straight as well. 58.4, and then 59.1. Yeah, Ishmael was on track for a 58.2 maybe. That moment through the chicane cost him. So it's, of course, it's not over. It's over when we see the checkered flag. But Davo definitely has a target again. Get to that 1 second. Now, and then we should have a fight until the end. Gain 2/10 again. It's on track now. 1/10 every lap. Ishmael puts in personal best sectors again. Great run. 1.4. They were struggling with lots of personal best, nearly 3/10. Both drivers now. Fresh tires. A lighter car due to less fuel. This should help with the overall pace. And 1.5 again. So good recovery lap for Ishmael. Get out of that slipstream again. Where's Davo? 57.8, 58.2, both with personal best, but it's 1.7 again. Massive lap for Ishmael. Let's see. What is Husky's idea? Really dead mediums, same idea as Blue Racer maybe. The Blue Racer staying out still. There's still some tread left on the tires. Not much, and I think he will go to that 30-minute mark roughly, and then maybe go to some tires. It's definitely that the gap between Racer and Equinox has come down. Last time I had a look, it was 32 seconds. It's 29 for now. And looking at Blue Racer's lap times, it's 1:46s all the way. And 45s for Equinox on fresh medium tires. That is. Gap now staying roughly the same, a 10th maybe gained goes well throughout the lap. Maybe that 57.8, that push lap is just the perfect timing to get that needed gap. To Davo. Davo definitely will keep him honest about his lap and wants to capitalize on a small mistake. It's gonna happen. Webern struggling today in that Lexus by the looks. Minute to Husky. Husky will be pitching soon, probably. might be also looking at a medium to soft strategy. Alright. What's Blue Racer doing? 56.8, doing another lap, 33 minutes to go. Equinox again, catching 44.2, fastest lap of the race. That is 2.3 seconds gained on this lap. Yeah, it looks like a bit of a unnecessary gamble for a Blue Racer to run those mediums that long. Not much tire life left now, and I wouldn't be surprised to see him go for one more lap. This would bring him just into that 30-minute window and go for softs again. Yep, staying out. So we'll lose probably again at least 2 seconds. So it's a 46.6. Yeah. So 25 seconds now. We will still keep that lead. Probably it's 22, 23, maybe, for a pit stop with a tire change without putting in some fuel, and fuel looking good for those hypercars. Oh, Davo, like, he's so close to getting some slipstream help again. It's already feeling it, smelling it. Gained a little bit, definitely. 58.0% that's last time round. We'll stay with Blue Racer now. I expect this will be the in lap. Yep. Good stuff. So we have under 24 seconds. Now the gap to Equinox. We played it safe with the strategy medium. Go. Changing the tires now. Here's Equinox. There's Blue Racer soft tires as expected. And oh, just stays in front. That was like timing to perfection for Blue Racer now on soft tires. So he will probably open up that gap instantly on that lap. How much time can be gained on those softs compared to the mediums, and how long will those softs last to the end. A second, now gained half a second already, and will have so much more grip coming out with slow turns. They have another 2/10 gained. Oh, good run by Equinox, so uphill. Still has the slipstream. most of the time will be gained chicane and exit of turn 1. There is traffic, chicane, so careful. That didn't really help Blue. A good final turn, 1.4. And watch him now opening up that gap after turn 1 if he gets a normal run out of turn 1. 1.5, 6, 210 on just one turn, and also out of the AMG arena. And we should see that gap probably go up to 2 seconds before only happen. 1.7 and on track for a new fastest lap of the race. Unless traffic plays a role on that lap. At the top, facing traffic. Schumacher is. Ay. That was close, maybe too close. I think that was Devo here. Oh, and Equinox blasting past the Ferrari. Will Equinox get Ishmael as well? Oh, around the outside we go. It's 1.6 still. Let's go to Ishmael and Devo. It's just a second. Now separating the two GT3 drivers. So that was close. But we have a battle in hand. For the class win again, a second between Ishmael and Devo. Blue versus Equinox 2.3, and Blue with that fastest lap 44.2. Even with that traffic on that lap. So for now, we have the tire advantage for Blue Racer. That should last at least 10-15 minutes maybe. So can he build a gap towards the end? I guess those softs will be dying in the final minutes. River couldn't keep up with the top two. Yes. Well, we're a little bit with that car today. But as soon as we leave the battle, it's not a battle anymore. 1.7. So the gaps going up and down between the two. It's hard to predict what will happen. For now, no hypercar traffic involved, so it's just a pure pace, raw pace between the two, and another great final sector for Ishmael. Gap goes up to 2 seconds again, for a brief moment at least. And a 57.9. A second loss nearly for Devo on that lap. The Husky also wants to use the soft tires, but it looks still running on those very second hand mediums now. Looks like now it should be the end lap. To get that Nissan on softs until the end. before that final chicane. Oh yeah, not much grip left on those tires. Nearly lost the car while entering the pit lane. So, tire change for Husky. And it should be the soft tires. Stay with Devo, so we see Husky's pit stop. When he comes out, we see the new tires. Soft it is, yeah, as expected. So 1.7 between Ishmael and Devo. Blue flags, 6.5 seconds. And that's look at that, 142.7. That is crazy how much faster those soft tires are. So it looks like Blue Racer will build a big gap now and then can manage the softs toward the end of the race. You see the timer still, it's just over 20 minutes to go. So still a long way for some tires. Will they fall off a cliff? Maybe. Ishmael and Devo both on the same strategy, medium. Devo shorter on fuel. Let me have a look. Husky definitely put in lots of fuel, saved enough fuel to get to the end. Webern also more than 25 remaining, and Ishmael with 25. Devo, this looks like 22, maybe. This could be a very TCR way to finish that race. Realizing, I'm underfueled, I need to do a massive fuel save, and then still run out of fuel just before the line. We'll see. For now, Devo trying to bring down that gap to Ishmael once again. Gained 3/10 maybe. Again, we had that gap roughly at 2 seconds. Now it's 1.7. The racer is lying 10 seconds already, not slowing down at all, pushing those soft tires. He definitely suffered on very worn medium tires on the last couple of laps of his first stint, so now he's probably very much enjoying himself with those fresh soft tires. Just build in that gap. Equinox is not slow at all on those mediums. It just seems to be like that the difference between softs and mediums is very, very big today. Rockets had a 45.1 not too long ago, so can he get into the 44s before the end of the race? Still 1.7. Looking at the track map. No traffic incoming for the foreseeable future for both drivers. Devo 57.9 also joined the 57 club. Ishmael had that 57.8 where he opened up that gap where we are staying at the moment. Both drivers with a slower lap this time round. And what's possible for Husky 57.7 on softs after the pit stop. Minutes to go, blue flags. That's Equinox right behind. They were on 13-14 seconds that gap now. So getting closer to 30% wear. 15 minutes to go. It's still that gap. It's getting bigger and bigger. I think at that stage the racer could probably do another pit stop and go for another set of softs again, and would then still get Equinox. Like we saw 24-25 seconds for a pit stop with a tire change. And after the pit stop, within that is, was it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 laps, 15 seconds gained. What happened to Devo? Devo suddenly lost time, 2:06.8, lap 38. I don't think we will catch that one again, so Let's see how far we can go back. No, already says 8.8 seconds lost at this stage. It looks like T1, if I don't know. Definitely a mistake. Off track, maybe a little spin. Looks like that positions are very much set for now with 12.5 minutes to go. We have Blue Racer leading the Hypercars, 16 seconds. Now that gap to Equinox in P2 and another 40 seconds to River Ruckus in P3. Then the LMGT3 grid of Israel in the Audi R8. 10 seconds the gap to Davo in the Ferrari. A minute 30 to Husky in that Nissan GTR, and another minute to Webern in the Lexus RCF. Some big gaps at the moment towards the end of that race. Looks like Blue Racer nailed his strategy. Medium to soft. Oh, let's do one onboard lap, and with our race leader, and also driver with the fastest lap of the race, 42.7 on fresh soft tires it is. Let's go on board. Final turn we go. And that was one way around the Nürburgring Grand Prix layout with the Blue Racer, the lead car. And we still we see that lap times are now is running 44s, still faster than Equinox on mediums, but not as fast. That's a fresh softs anymore. So clearly a drop-off in the tire performance is noticeable with 8 minutes to go. Let's go to our LMGT3s 12 seconds between Ishmael and Devo. That could have been a close battle till the end. That dreadful lap 38 for Devo Racing. Whoa, nearly lost the car again, and you also see that the fuel is flashing in red. The gap to Husky is still very big, 1 minute 33, so nothing to worry for Devo. Let's listen to the Lexus sound a little bit. Lovely sound. All right. Blue Racer nearly got the gap for an extra pit stop. So even if the tires are about to fall off the car, he can pit. Get an extra set of softs for the final minutes. Let's see, 5 minutes 30 will cross the line. 5:25? No, 5:20, roughly about that. Three laps to go after this. My calculations. At least for Blue Racer. The rest of the grid will be doing a little bit less. 16 seconds now, but well, everything under control. Roughly 2 minutes per lap. It will be 3 to go. 3 to go. And Devo pitting, definitely under-fueled. Soft tires and do the final 2 laps then for Devo. One minute 30, the gap still big enough to stay in P2 in class, P5 overall. We should see a little bit of fuel coming in and soft tires. Back on track. Lap 50 for the Hypercars, 22 seconds on the gap as well. Lap times 45 now for Blue Racer and 45s as well for Equinox, so we didn't really see that crossover point happening. Still warm mediums, warm softs, about the same pace now at this stage, and with less than 3 minutes to go, there's probably no need to do another pit stop. Husky pitting again. Nothing to lose. Wants to get a fast lap time probably in the GT3s. 38 seconds to gap from Devo to Ishmael. Ishmael starting his penultimate lap of the race. And what about Blue Racer? Also penultimate lap incoming for our race leader, 55.0. Then Equinox in P2 will start his final lap of the 90 minutes at the Nürburgring, round 4 of the Road to Le Mans series. Now P3 for River. Lucas, where is he in the final sector now? On his penultimate lap. So a minute to go during that race. So one more lap for the German driver. On that final lap, here's Ishmael. 37 seconds the gap to Devo. 30 seconds to go. And final lap for Ishmael and the victory in the LMGT3 class. Personal best for Devo. He will see the checkered flag when he comes around, and it's the same for Equinox right behind. So P2 in LMGT3 and P2 in the Hypercar will finish the race now. And Devo with 57.4 to race Equinox, 47.7 to finish that one. So final lap then for River as well. Ishmael is on that final lap, and Blue Racer as well. Where's Husky on that final lap, and Webber the next driver to see the checkered flag. Crosses the line. Here comes River to finish P3 in the Hypercars. It will be Blue Racer who will get past Ishmael by the looks before the checkered flag. The two class winners will cross the line. Really close to each other. Final turn now for both of the drivers. Blue Racer takes the win, and Ishmael with the win in the LMGT3s. That leaves us with the Husky. Final turn And he crosses that line with a nice little 360. Alright, alright, alright. So then, let's bring up the race results. Graphics. Who raced our fastest lap and the victory, followed by Equinox and River in the Hypercars. LMGT classification, Ishmael, Devo, Husky, and Bayburn. Alright, so that's it for round number 4. Next month we see the season finale in Le Mans at the Circuit de la Sarthe. 90 minutes, and yeah, hopefully we'll get some more drivers on the grid in both classes to have a nice season finale for this lovely little multi-class series. So yeah, thanks for watching. See you next time around. Take care. Love you all. EPKA. See you soon. Bye.